Hi, this is Lori from the Pink Girly channel, and I'm hoping to do a series of ceramic bisque uh, videos, standalone videos. And today I'm just going to do one called base coating. And most of you who might watch this series know base coating a ceramic piece. But if anyone's new and they're wanting to get started on a ceramic piece or resin piece, I just thought this might be helpful. So the idea is to just do fairly short videos and show you what I'm doing. So this is a piece I purchased online. It's a little sunflower baby. And as I'm looking at this, getting ready for the video, I just realized she's naked in most of it. She just has a little diaper on. So I'm going to come back in and do the rest of the flesh. But you see, I've already done the flesh, face, and hands. I thought she had a little outfit on, but she does not. Look, you can see her little back there and her little diaper. So she's got bare legs. But for today's video, I'm going to focus on the flower, the back of the flower. And so I've just pulled out some Deco Art acrylic paint. You can get this in your craft shop or online. I'm going to use avocado for the green. Now this is an older color that I've had for a while, and you can see that the labels come off. But this, I believe, is also an old Ceram Coat or Deco Art color, and this is called Dark Goldenrod. See, I had the bottom marked. So I'm going to use that for the flower. Now that's going to be my medium tone, because when I do my other videos, I'm going to come back in with a darker color and a lighter color and do some dry brushing. So I've got some water to clean and rinse my brushes. I've just got some flat brushes here that I think might work to put on my base coat. I've got a piece of tin foil today to use as my palette to put my paper out on. And I forgot to grab paper towels. So I'm going to just grab a couple paper towels and have them right here next to me handy. I usually just take a couple and just fold them in a square. You can do whatever works for you. I've got my water and my palette set to the right of me because I'm right-handed. And I just rinsed off these brushes. So they're a little wet. So I'm taking some of the water out, and I've already shook my paint. Give it another little shake. And I'm just putting, you can see, I don't want to put the tin foil right under my camera because there's a really uncomfortable reflection. So you can see. So, but really all I'm just doing is putting a little puddle of paint out. And you can put out just a little bit and then always squeeze some more out. If you put too much out at first, you're just going to waste your paint. And I can see that this color is almost empty. And so I'm just going to come in, and this is just base coating. Now this color is a little thicker than I like, so I'm just going to add some water. And the main thing you want to just keep in mind when you're base coating, really, I think almost anything, ceramic, porcelain, um, resin, wood, because the bisque is going to drink up some of this paint. You don't want to have any bubbles or streaks. You want to paint out as straight as you can and make nice strokes so you don't get any bubbling. Now, I don't have to take tremendous care around this part of it because if you can see if I can get my camera to focus here, she's got a little ring around her face, which will be the dark brown seed area of a sunflower. She's a little sunflower to me. I guess you could make her a daisy, but I'm going to make her a sunflower. And so I will be putting a darker brown on that area. And because I'm doing that, I don't have to be necessarily super neat along that edge. But you don't want to leave any white crevices. Whether you're just going to paint the whole piece or dry brush it, You don't want any white showing because that will take away from the rest of your piece. It will kind of just be like an eyesore, really. And whoever's looking at the finished piece will go right to that white spot. They tend to just, it's like a beacon. They just glare. Now, whoever cleaned this piece, they kind of miss right in there. So I got a little bit of a bump. But that's not paint. Now, I don't know if you can see right here where the bisque has drunk in most of the color. There we go. See how that white is showing through? You don't want any spots like that. You want to make sure you come back and hit that with your paintbrush and just add some more paint. You just want to smooth it out so there aren't any bubbles. Now, this is really not a really interesting video. It's just kind of a learning video to just show you. And like I said, a lot of folks that might watch this on the replay will know what I'm talking about and have really done base coating before. But I did have somebody in a recent video ask about base coating. And now see right here, see if I can get a picture of this. Can you see how my paint, let's see if I can get in there and get it to clear up. There we go. See right in there? There's bubbles. There's another white spot, and there's some bubbles from the paint. So you just want to make sure you're aware of that and just brush those things out. So you have a nice smooth surface to work from. Now I want to be a little careful here because this is where her little arm comes in, and I want to paint that flesh. Now that I realize she's just wearing a diaper, I was thinking she was in a little outfit and I was going to make it green. I'm going to switch over to the back side of the flower here. Now I have a couple, I've just got one of this flower and I've got two other little babies that are ladybugs. They're so cute. So I'm hoping to do videos with those as well. It will basically be the same. Of course, the coloring will be different. Now, for me, usually you can cover up paint. Like, see if I make a mess here and I get where I want the green's going to cover it. But there are some colors that are hard to cover, like your reds, your black. So I'm just going to take a little more care. But it will not be the end of the world if I get some of this goldenrod up on the back of her hat. And you could do the whole thing gold. You could do it any color you want. You could make it purple. But if I put goldenrod on her skin, I could cover it, but it would take a little extra effort and some extra coats of paint. I'm not in a hurry, so I might as well just take my time, right? But if you slip and you're doing a piece like this and you get a color you don't want in a spot that you don't want, it's not the end of the world. You can cover it. So just kind of relax, enjoy the process, and just once this dries, and it dries fairly quickly because it's acrylic paint, just, have a look. Just go back, look at the surface, make sure you've covered everything. All right, so you get the idea. And see all down in these little crevices, so you can see where I've missed on the flower tips. So I'm going to go back when this video ends and the paint is dried and the bisque has drunk in what it's going to absorb what it's going to absorb. I'm going to go back and make sure I've got that all well covered. Now I'm just going to put a little bit of green out so you can see me doing some green. And so the plan is that I will show you finishing the flower. I'm going to show you on a separate video finishing her face and her body. And we'll see how that goes. That's the plan anyway. So now I've rinsed out my brush I was using. And now for this area, because I'm not going to be around her face, and it's a little larger, I'm going to use a bigger brush. You want to use a brush that you're comfortable with for the area that you're painting. All right, and I know the white is troublesome for the camera. We'll get some color on here quickly. Now again, this is a medium green kind of shade that I'm wanting to use because I'm going to do some, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with the back of her. I'm going to say hat, a little flower hat. But I thought a medium tone might be nice. I'm probably going to do some shading up around where I don't know what you would call this part of the flower, like, you know, where the flower pod kind of would attach to the stem. So you want to make sure your hands are clean, that you don't have paint, you're not getting paint on the other parts of your piece. And you can pick up different pieces online, you know, just Google ceramic bisque. And some of the stores, I think sometimes you can find them at Walmart. Not this particular piece, but, you know, some generic stuff, especially during holidays. You know, see the Christmas season or Halloween, Thanksgiving. You might see some turkeys. And, of course, Hobby Lobby, Michael's. Those kinds of places usually carry some kind of ceramic or resin. It may not be ceramic, but you could do this with a resin piece. Sometimes you'll find little ornaments. You know, you just have to look around. But see, now I'm taking a little more care because this is coming up around her back. I can't believe I missed that. I just assumed. I think I'm going to come in there with a smaller brush. I'm going to go back to my... Now when you start base coating, you want to make sure that your brush has been in water. And then take out most of that water and moisture on a paper towel. So this is basically it. Get a brush size that's going to work for the area that you're painting. And if you're doing a haunted house and you want to start out with it black because you're going to dry brush different colors on it, you're not going to use a little brush like this. You're going to use a bigger brush because you're just going to base coat the whole thing. Now, a lot of things that I dry brush, I might paint the whole piece one color. And I could have done that for her, but I decided I wanted to base coat different areas of the piece, different colors. So that's it for this video. If you have any questions, leave me a comment. I would appreciate a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do, and hit the notification button, and then you'll know when I'm uploading my next video or doing a live. So I'm going to finish base coating her, and then the next video you see, I always like to do the face first. So I'll probably do her face, and then I'm going to come back in, do a second video to finish off the flower and her outfit. All right, well, thanks for joining me. Take care. I'll see you on the next video. And don't forget, take time to be creative and enjoy the journey. Bye-bye.